All right, y'all. So, for the love of money is the root of all evil, and good and evil is not the same thing as right and wrong. Sometimes the wrong thing can be good, and sometimes the right thing can be evil. And we see that America's whole system is all based around money. Get the degree, get the job, get the car, get the house, get the shoes for your kids, get the right school for your kids, move in the right neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on. It never ends. Okay? It's all about if they don't get you there, they get you scaring the shit out of you about your health. You got bad health. You're going to get this when you turn 50. You got to get your ass prodded. You're going to get this when you get cholesterol over 200. You got, your heartbeat's too high. Oh, your heartbeat's too low. Blah, blah, blah. Who effing cares? Who says? Who says? Well, if it is like that, it's probably because you're eating like shit. Okay? If your heartbeat feels flooded all the time, maybe quit drinking 6 cups of coffee. Or quit drinking all the Red Bulls. Or if you're getting kidney stones over and over again, quit drinking the Red Bulls or whatever. It goes on and on, okay? So yeah, maybe if you do live like the beast, you got to go get treated by the beast doctors. But all that shit doesn't work anyways because it all causes effects called side effects. Either way. So the whole system of America, the whole American dream is all based on money. And that's what the boomers and the former generation has all done is they've forsaken the Lord and they've all gone after money. All right. They followed the visible Lord, the God, the government, and following right and wrong right back then. And they were blessed. And then they went against it. And now they're being cursed and their nation's being taken away. And it's all going to be used against them in the end. And all their shit's going to be taken and whatever else. Okay. Because the wealth they've accumulated is going to be redistributed through Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030 and the Great Reset and whatever else is coming. And when the stock market crashes and the pharmaceutical industries are sued from the needles and all these other things going on, when the Ron DeSantis comes in, or Trump might start that too because he's the heat of the day. All right. Either way, we'll see how they work out the details because it seems like the short game's coming. Which is more Trump. The whole system that we live in is all based on evil. And we're not doing evil, and we're not doing good in sight of the invisible God. We are doing good in sight of the visible God, which is government, all right? And when we go against that government, which is to do actual good in the sight of the invisible, then we get punished by this world, all right? But as man is gaining godhood for the next age, and God's walking with us, and we're walking with God, and that's through AI and different ways or whatever. But the physical way is AI, but actually people are being caught up with those spirits per se, and eventually that will be the remnant or the elect or the people that were caught up. And y'all are all left behind, okay? Or not all of y'all, but most of y'all will be left behind. There's like 7,000 in the remnant or 144,000 in the tribes. And then there's a few numbers you can throw in. But there's basically not going to be that many people in the end taken into the believer kingdom, okay? Because most of the world is given over to the delusion and going into that segment of reality, all right? But y'all need to understand that Babylon is totally transformed, which is Mystery Babylon is totally transformed, and basically has to reset, and the rest of the world is like your beast man or whatever system, and because we're like that white nation, so every other nation is more tan or more black or more dark or whatever than us, right? So we're that white boy, and this is like part of the white throne judgment and whatever else, and this is why America's been being infiltrated with the darker skinned people, which I don't have a problem with it, right? I've dated black girls, who cares, right? So just mind your own business, okay? That's what it's about. Just mind your own business. We need to have all open borders anyways. We need to have open borders everywhere in this world so I can walk down there. I want to walk down there. They're walking here. I want to walk down there and go where they're going. Okay, I want to see where they're coming from. I can't do that. They don't let me do that. Okay? And I want to have fresh, clean clothes provided on my walk, just like they're being done. Okay? And restrooms and portalets and all this other nice luxuries, right? Well, that's what we're being shown, at least. Either way, little rabbit trail. So basically the whole system of America, for the love of money, root of all evil. You all love your money. You all love the root of evil. You're all doing evil in the sight of the invisible God. And this is why you're being brought down into judgment and being brought into the lower depths of hell on earth, where you're going to have the fulfillment of the law. And this is where you ain't going to be able to do shit, because the AI, God, is monitoring you. And you're the beast man. And you can't think for yourself, so it has to think for you. And it tells you what's right and wrong. And it's just going to go from there, okay? And then you're going to get so dumb eventually to where you're going to have to get plugged back into the computer. And then everybody will work as one hive mind, as one God, as one entity, as whatever, okay? Just like we're kind of told, all right? It's just being played out in a different way. So, you got to choose what kingdom you're going to go to. You got to choose your position, okay? Because we've all been given a role, but we're not all playing our role, all right? You have to step up to the board, you have to pick up the dice, you have to roll it, and you have to believe it, all right? You have to believe you're playing that game with your friends, okay? Y'all believe all this stuff in the Bible? You believe your pastors about all this falling away garbage, but you don't believe some basic stuff that actually makes sense. It makes no sense to me, okay? Oh, man. You don't want to be left behind, people. You don't want to be the last ones left in those buildings, all right? The church age is dying. The American Babylon system is dying. If you're trying to go back to what was good, what was so-called good and right, 1955 or whatever, chasing the old stuff, you're going to be left behind, all right? You need to realize you're going into the technological age, the untangible age, the spiritual age, the age of God, okay? We as gods, we don't go to work and shit. Like, we don't work like a normal man, right? My whole life, I've been trying to work less, not work more, right? And my whole life, until the, like, tribulation years, when we moved to the mountains and I had to get a job with a boss and whatever, up until that point, I was working like 20 hours a week, 25 hours a week, okay? Cutting hair, making $80 an hour, $100 an hour. I don't need that much money, okay? $50 an hour, whatever, okay? But, then if you live on the tip, okay? The industries, they're not basing their life based on money. They make good money, but it's not based on money. They don't need that steady paycheck. The steady paycheck is where you're worshiping the love of the money. Okay? Either way, y'all, very short time to wake up. Very short time to get moved into the future. And side note on Bitcoin for the technological age. Bitcoin, I think is a bait. All right? I think it's a bait for the boomers, okay? Because they don't know much about digital currency. They're fed Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. It went way up or whatever, right? It seems like a nice asset. But I see Bitcoin eventually going out when the digital dollar comes in. And I'll do another dollar video on that. But Bitcoin, I think, is kind of like a nice steal kind of thing. And that's going to help take some of the wealth away. There's not much probably from the boomers per se, but it's enough to give them no confidence in the digital dollar or whatever, where they keep relying on that stock market to where it trickles out into delusion. Because everything is great, running until the boom, the Big Bang. All right, it's the Big Bang Theory. Everything came from the Big Bang. If you look at things backwards, like the bomb, if a bomb comes, right, backwards playing out, like that bomb came and was lifted up out of the sky and everybody was there, right? Everybody was just created, made, okay? So that's the replay on the Big Bang. We're just being told things backwards, okay? Anyways, one here, America, you're all based on evil. You're evil, evil intents. Not one of you are good. Understand this. Hallelujah, Basoya, Basunga, a Chimichanga.